Good evening, VC. Art here, North Carolina vinyl picker. And I'd like to thank everybody who got me to 100 subs. I'm currently sitting at 109 and climbing. So that's really cool. On Tuesdays, from now on, I'm going to do a recent vinyl buys. So we're going to go over the recent vinyl buys from this past week. That'll be on Tuesday night. And then on Saturday night, we're going to have a special show. And it's going to be called Art's Weekly Review. And it'll be pickups from vinyls and CDs, some old, some new. We'll talk about some of my old records and some of my newer ones. Stereo equipment that I've found. Found 2 pieces this week. Really cool. Little known record facts. I'm putting all my records currently into Discogs. So once they're all included, then I'll be able to print it out and you can use that for insurance purposes. So it's something that's good to know if you want to get your record collection insured. You go to Discogs, put it all in there, print it out on a spreadsheet, and then with the value on there, and then you can turn that over to your local insurance agency. So little known record facts. As I'm going through these records, I've already found one thing that I was going to talk to everybody about, and that's the Mary Hopkins album. Now, Paul McCartney is on this record, and Mary Hopkins was involved with the Beatles, and George Harrison's also on this record. But there's a song on this record that's called Lord of the Reedy River. And some of you old timers, you guys might know this, that Donovan wrote that song, Donovan Leitch. Now, I didn't recognize the song. I recognized the song through another venue. Kate Bush did this song, Lord of the Reedy River. I just assumed that she wrote it. She wrote mostly all her songs, almost every one of her songs. So I just assumed that she wrote that one, but no. Donovan wrote it. He gave it to Mary Hopkins. Mary Hopkins recorded it, and Paul McCartney is on it. So how do you like that? That's a little fun fact. And then as I'm going through my records, and I have a lot, as I put them in Discogs, I'm going to pull them aside, and then we'll have a little side story. But once I saw that, then I looked it up, I researched it, and now I can go ahead and share that information with you guys. But that's just one little fun fact. So we'll talk about fun facts, and we'll talk about life in the Carolina mountains, where I moved to. I used to be the Florida vinyl picker. So if anybody used to follow me before as the Florida vinyl picker, I'm no longer in Florida. I've been up here 6 months, and I'm really loving it. So let's get into vinyl buys. So I'm not sure if I showed this one, my last show, but it was the Amboy Dukes. This guy up here is Ted Nugent. And I got this here online from, eBay. And I also got this one. Anybody tell me who this fellow is right here? And I'll let you all chime in on that one. But the name of this band is Rabbit, and they were from South Africa. And it has a very important guitarist in this band where he started. And then he made some solo records. And then he was with Yes for 90125, Big Generator, and then the following album. So, it's pretty cool. Yeah. It's still sealed, so I haven't busted it open. Talk was the third album that he was on with Yes, and then he departed, and then he went on to do soundtracks for movies, and he's been really good at doing that. Found these 3 in a flea market. Bobby Darin story, Mac the Knife. The vinyl on these are all nice. I'm not going to take Roy Orbison. This one's a little bit chewed up over here where my hand is. Looks got a little water damage, but the vinyl inside was beautiful. And this has got 20 songs on it. And then I found this one in a flea market. Yeah, for $1. It's a double album. All of Merle's hits up to that point. And then what else did I get? Oh, okay. Then I found, I'll go do these first. And then I found these. These were actually at a record store. They were I think $5, and then the Three Dog Night one was $1. So the Buffalo Springfield again. This has all your has Neil Young and Steve Stills and Richard Furay and yeah, they're all in there. This is pre CSNY, pre Poco, I guess. I've gave that a listen. I like that album. I haven't given this one a listen yet. I got just about all the Three Dog Nights albums now. You can pick these up for $1, $3. I wouldn't pay $5, but I think you can get them for $1 or $3. And they had a ton of hits in the '70s. They were a great band, and it just the vocals is what got me about Steve Miller. Now this would have been in his blues days before he was the Joker and all that. This is a lot of people in the VC say this is the best Steve Miller, the real old Steve Miller. Well, I don't know. I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm going to, and I'll let you all know on a future video. Then I found these just the other day. I think I paid $5 for this one. Rough cut. This is a rough mix, and it's Pete Townsend from The Who and Ronnie Lane from Faces, and they made an album. It's really good. I was really shocked. I wasn't expecting a whole lot. Not the biggest Who fan, like Proghead. He loves that. He loves them Who. I mean, I listened to them back in the day. I just wasn't a huge fan. I think I owned Tommy, and I had Who's Next, and I had Tommy with the big pinball on it. I think that was done by an orchestra or something. I had that. Yeah, I had a few of them. Then I found this. This is like my third copy of this. But if you look up here, not over here. Look over here. Look over here. And you're going to see this. I'm going to show this one just in case my buddy's watching. Look at that. White label promo of Hasten Down the Wind, Linda Ronstadt. If Tony's watching, he's going to want to see that. He loves him some Linda Ronstadt. So I remember buying this. I remember with my dad and out at the Grandway in New Jersey on Route 17, Paramus. We were out there, and I bought that album. And I bought the Don Imus album, One Sacred Chicken to Go. Was Don. He was big back then. And this would have been mid to late 70s. The Linda Ronstadt album was really good. And then I got this one. I was lucky enough to find this one I think I paid $6 for this. This kind of fills one of my holes for the Bee Gees. I'm not missing too many. I have them, just about all of them. Especially a lot of the early ones. A couple of the later ones I don't have yet. But this one's got Massachusetts on it. Somebody in the VC kid, Massachusetts. Rachel's friend, James. Okay, that's funny. Okay, so then I found two of these Judy Collins albums. You can pick these up for $1. So that's what I bought. I got this one. I've never really heard too much of Judy Collins. I think I might have heard her. I think she was at Woodstock. I wasn't there, but I've heard the soundtrack. So I got that one. Then I got 2 albums by Maynard Ferguson. This is a double album. And I never heard Maynard Ferguson before, but I love jazz. Then I listened to this one. Man, this guy can blow that horn, man. He's really awesome. Yeah, so that one was really good too. Yeah, give him a listen. Give Maynard Ferguson. I think I paid $1 for these. This one and the double one. So, yeah. So, that was my pickups for this week. And now I'm going through all my records here. And I got, so far, I'm taking out, as I go through them, I'm taking out all the ones that are actually worth some money. So I found a couple. I'll show it. I'll show a few here. I'll show a couple. This is a band with Tommy Bolin in it. I think they're called Zephyr. Tommy Bolin was a guitar player who died young, who was on Billy Cobham's album Spectrum. But Billy Cobham, Tommy Bolin, excuse me, he was an exceptional guitar player. But this was a band that he was in early on in his career, and I found this one, Tommy James and the Shondells. It's actually a 2-record set, but still sealed. And I looked it up on Discogs. It's like $50 for a mint copy. I guess mint means sealed, so this one here must be worth $50. I'm not going to open that. And then this one here, a band called Puka. They're really good. They're a 70s band, and late 60s, 70s. If you get a chance, if you like progressive rock, check these guys out. Progressive rock, psych rock. We discussed all that a few episodes ago about how they sound similar, and they morphed into one, morphed into the other. Right at Sgt. Pepper. Some say it's Moody Blues. Sgt. Pepper, right in that Court of the Crimson King. It all happened right there. How about James Brown? Found this one at a thrift store. I paid $1 for it. It's in pretty good shape. It's got some little scratches on it. Plays a little rough, a little bit, not too bad. It's got a lot of writing on it. The James Brown Show live at the Apollo. It was all the way in the back in a bunch of this old thrift store here in North Carolina, and it was just sitting back there. I don't know for how long, but $1 on King Records. It's worth quite a bit. Then I got 3 more. I got Siren Serenade. I found this one for $1 at a thrift store up here. And it's on Discogs, it's $165. It's a local band that the album was actually produced and recorded in Granite Falls, which is about, as the crow flies, probably 15 miles from where I live. And then I got 2 more. Sorry, I'm getting up and down here. The United States of America. This album's quite expensive. I found this one for, I think I paid $5 for this one. You know, if you like psych music and you don't own this, you need to get out there tonight and order your one. That's an awesome album. Then I found this. I didn't even know what it was, and I was reading about it. And it's called Victoria Land Cocteau Twins. Never heard of it. Wasn't a big fan of the 80s music. Still am not. Well, it wasn't my generation. But I paid $1.50 for this. And I looked it up on Discogs, and it's worth well over $50. I think it's worth $75, something like that. This is mint. It looks like it's never been played. Yep. Lazy Calm, Sluffy Tufts. I don't know. Don't know it. And I'll probably move it on to somebody that would listen to it. Well, I cleaned off all my shelves. I pretty much talked about everything that I have found. So I guess we'll call it an evening. And Tuesday recent vinyl buys is going to be the norm. So I'll be on every Tuesday and we'll talk about vinyl buys. And then I'll be on every Saturday night and we'll discuss pickups, vinyl, CDs, old, some new. We'll talk about stereo equipment that I've found. And I have found this week, I found a few things. I don't know if you can see it over there. It's a 5-disc changer, a Sony CD. And I picked that up for $5. And then also I picked up a turntable, which is in the other room. And it's a Yamaha turntable. And we were at the GW during the week. And I looked down and I saw it there. And I couldn't believe what I was looking at. So I picked it up and brought it home and plugged it in. And it works. It has the stylus. It has the weights. It has pretty much has the belt. It has everything. And I got it, picked it up for $10, and I looked it up online, and they're refurbished or working perfect. They're going anywhere between $250 and $300. So there's definitely buys at Goodwill, and I'm sure some of you people have seen them on TV. Some of the people that go out and just do that for a living to supplement their income. So, and then we'll talk about little known record facts, and we just talked about Mary Hopkins, and I have others. As I go through it, I'm going to be pulling them out, and then when I see something, it's just going to click in my memory. Oh yeah, what about that? And so then I'll research it a little bit, and then make sure my facts are as accurate as possible. That I'm just pulling off the top of my head. So this is running a little long, about 16 minutes. So let me wrap this thing up. And hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope to get out and do some more picking this week. I definitely want to go to a flea market this weekend. So that might be a pretty big haul, hopefully. And y'all have a good evening. And then we'll see you on Saturday night. We'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye for now.